So tonight we are going to talk about the myths about persons with albinism. So, as a Nigerian, here are the myths about persons with albinism, and I really love to address it. The first one is persons with albinism don't eat salt, which is obviously a lie. You know, our parents used to believe that if they did not give us salt, we will not have this black pigmentation on our skin. So by so doing, there are some persons with albinism that grew up without eating salt. It's only when they get to certain age and they are informed, that was when they now realize that salt does not have anything to do with our condition but sun instead. So guys, salt has no effect on persons with albinism. Please, if you see any person that have a child with albinism or any person with albinism that is telling you that he or she is not eating salt so that you will not have hyperpigmentation on their skin, please tell them that salt has no effect on our body. They should also know that without you taking salt, sufficient salt in your body system, is going to cause another health issue. So let's be guided. Another myth about person with albinism is we cannot see. That one is total lie. And some people even believe that we see more in the night than in the day. Please, let's talk about this. As a person with albinism, we are born with short sight that can be managed, and we see all the time. In the afternoon when the sun is out, it's very difficult for most of us to open our eyelid, you understand? Because the reflection of the sun is directly entering our eyes, and our eyes are very sensitive to the sun. So that does not mean that such person cannot see. It is just that they cannot really open their eyes like this. Most people can open their eyes like this. They cannot really open their eyelid when the sun is out. And as for night period, we can see, but not like the way people believe that if you throw a pin on the floor, a person with albinism will see it. That one is a lie. So let's be guided. Another myth about person with albinism is that our body part is good for traditional medicine. Please and please, because I grew up hearing rumors about it, and some people still believe it to today, and this has brought about a certain name that persons with albinism bear. One of them is Ogunwo. As a person with albinism living in the western Nigeria, Ogunwo means a money gotten from traditional means, like money gotten from ritual. So they believe a person with albinism, any part of their body is good for this ritual. Please and please, let's be guided. We are just like every other woman being. None of our body parts is good for ritual, and none of our body parts can help you fetch that money that you're looking for. So let's not have that mentality, that ideology in our brain. Okay, so another myth about persons with albinism is that they believe that persons with albinism cannot really go out on their own. They need to have somebody that is assisting them. It's just similar to them thinking that we are blind. So I went to a supermarket one day and they were asking me, did I come here on my own or somebody guided me? I was not looking at them like, what is this person saying? Persons with albinism can do every other thing by themselves. Another myth about persons with albinism that is more common in Western Africa, so most especially Nigeria, is that people believe that persons with albinism don't die. I have come across a post where somebody was saying, I have not seen an obituary of persons with albinism. Are you trying to reach the person death or what? Persons with albinism are like every other human being, and they die when God wants them to die. You don't have to see an obituary of persons with albinism before you believe that people like that die. Please, let's be guided and stop posting rumors. Another myth about persons with albinism is that when you have a sexual intercourse with persons with albinism, it will cure you from whatsoever disease that you are having. That is a fat lie, please. Let's not spread disease just because of a rumor that you heard and you cannot even testify to it. It is a fat lie. Albinism is just like every other human being, and we are not one miracle, whatever, whatever. If you are suffering from whatsoever disease, please consult the medical line and you get yourself treated. Another myth about persons with albinism is people believe that persons with albinism smell. That is a fat lie, please. Persons with albinism is just like a normal human being. So, if you sweat as a human, if you sweat, your body moisture will actually bring out a smell. Shey you understand? So, just like every other human being, we sweat like them and we have our body smell like every other human being. I hope that is clear. And the last but not the least, which a lot of people are getting it wrong, is that they say if you get married to a person with albinism, best believe that you are going to have a child with albinism. Now, in this aspect, it is under probability because albinism is a genetic condition. It only happens when when the both parents are carrier or one of the parents is a dominant carrier. That is when it's what happens. And you know, we did something like this in biology where we do like genetic cross, like when you when AB and AB and you try to cross multiply, and then at the end of the day you find out that 3 out of the children will have a particular dominant gene, another 3 will have a recessive gene. So that is how it is in albinism. If you get married to a person with albinism, if you are not a carrier, you might not have a child with albinism. And if you are a carrier and you got married to a person that is not living with albinism, probably a darker skin, and that person is a carrier and you are also a carrier, you are definitely going to have albinism child. Sure you understand? So this aspect is not like your partner cheat on you, or some people will say if you have sex in the afternoon, you are going to have albinism child. That is a fat lie. So with this few myths I've mentioned about persons with albinism, I am sure that you can now see that albinism generally is a genetic condition. It is not contagious, it is not dangerous, and if you have one, just reach out to the best medical practitioner to explain to you on how to manage that condition. Thank you. See you in my next episode.